The thing is, people say, well, do what you love to do. Okay. Well, what does that mean? Meaning that I don't do what I don't, because if there's something that truly, truly doesn't resonate for you, and it's not something that you really love to do, then yes, look at a transition and change it and go into something you really love. However, a lot of times people are doing a certain type of work, but the only reason that they don't love it is because they're judging it, or that they've labeled it that this has to be hard and that we can't have fun and I have to be responsible to my boss or to whoever or my clients or whatever it is, right? Because, you know, in a sense, when you're looking at it in a very playful way, it changes the whole dynamic. For example, let me give you a personal example here. Yeah. Whenever I was even working in the engineering work, that's pretty serious there because very pragmatic, very, you know, left brain way of life, right? But when I showed up at work at the clients, because we were designing equipment for them and whatever else, I said, okay, let's play with the imagination. What would you really like to see happen and whatever else? And I maintained that playfulness, and they became comfortable, even if they said it's serious. To me, I say, oops, sorry. Even if they said it was serious, I go, well, we can look at it that way, but we can also look at it as a beautiful challenge or something to come up with much more advanced to be able to address it. Now, second example.
Sorry to interrupt. That was Siri also wants to play.
Yes, Siri wants to play. You heard her. I have my iPad that I make notes on, and she came on.
Hi, Siri.
So look at the other side of things. For example,
yes.
When I went into doing one-on-one coaching and sessions to help people work through their problems or their whatever they like to call it, right? Or traumatics, right? And and people would say to me, oh, you know, that's a heavy responsibility to help someone go through their challenges or their, you know, their drama or their, you know, whatever they have been experiencing so intensely. And I go, I don't see it any different. I see it, that's play. And you will hear that from me. Anybody that's had sessions, it's like, okay, what are we playing with today? You know, and I always maintain that playfulness because it opens them up and becomes light because it is play. So it really, when we get to that point, it's saying, what's the difference between play and work? It's just a label and what we've put rules attached to it. Because if you take that out, everything is play. If I had to ask you the question and say, well, if you were raising children or a child and you felt super responsible for everything, their well-being and every part of it, how heavy would that feel to you? How much would you live? Because when you're in responsibility, you actually put aside most of your life and now you're living somebody else's life, which could be your children, could be your spouse, could be your partners, could be your work people, whoever, right? So the thing is, that's not, you know, what's going to be feeling comfortable for you long-term. Comfortably is, okay, the kids are in my life. They are another aspect of me. They're another playmate like me. Let's play together. Yes, I have certain things I have experience on. They have experience of reminding me who I was or what I am. And let's play together. So now you have 3 kids, for example, and say, okay, these are all my playmates. We play together. We share together. We, you know, it's not like, oh, I don't want to hear that or whatever it is. It's like, and I did that with my own children. If my children had something, I said, listen, you can tell me anything. Doesn't matter how wild and crazy it is. I'm never going to say that's crazy. No, I'm going to say, well, that's interesting. That's great. Let's look at it. Let's do whatever. So it allowed them to be able to express, and they didn't ever have to hide anything. And there was a lot of things that they offered that even as an adult, I wasn't looking at because I had forgotten about it. It's like, oh yeah, that's an interesting perspective that I kind of lost track of. That's pretty cool, you know, by doing that. And then it's not a responsibility. It's a beautiful gifting. Yes, maybe you have to go to work and bring whatever resources and so forth, but you go go to work and have fun. You come home and you have fun with them too. And then you have fun with yourself because you're going to also have alone time or time that you want to do your own things that doesn't involve anybody else. But you're having fun each part of the way rather than duty. Sorry, I have to go to work and that's slavery. And then I got to come home and play with the kids. That's responsibility. And then if I can crave a little bit of time for myself, then I can probably make some time. By that time, you're so stressed out, you're so whatever that you can't really enjoy it. But if you play it throughout the whole thing, it's a whole different game. And then you see when you're in that state, whatever you require that is absolutely necessary, complementary and beneficial, including money, will flow with much more ease. Other opportunities will show up without giving yourself more away, without going into struggle survival mode even further, and not, to give your soul away by, all your time goes into, those two categories, which are the main ones, which is basically work and your children. I'm just giving you that example. But, all of it shifts because of that. That brings it back to your original question.